Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. You're at that 1870s Homestead and my name's Rachel. And I'm having just so much fun this year with doing things that I either haven't had the time for or taken the time for in the past, and being intentional about harvesting a lot of just either whether it's things I planted or wild edibles around the property. And today we're going to do something I've been wanting to do since we've lived here. I have the fondest memories of when I was a child going out to the fence line down in Louisiana, picking honeysuckle and sucking the stems out probably for hours. It feels like in my memory. But today we are going to make a gorgeous, delicious honeysuckle simple syrup. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and you can make honeysuckle jelly, but we're going to make just a simple honeysuckle syrup. Oops, I needed to measure these out. So you can make this two ways. We're going to preserve ours today, but you can make a small batch and just keep it in your refrigerator if you have honeysuckle around. And so the measurements I show you today, I'm thinking it's going to make me like 8 jelly jars of a honeysuckle simple syrup. And I want, maybe not, maybe, because it said 1 cup of honeysuckle for a cup of simple syrup. And usually like a cup is a jelly jar, just a little bit. So we'll see how much we get. So that's right at 4 cups. But I'm just picking out any accidental leaves that I picked, because we don't want the leaves in there, just the honeysuckle flowers themselves. And I will give these a slight rinse, not a heavy rinse, but just a slight rinse. And I'm so fortunate here. We have honeysuckle all over the property, 2 huge vines, and then several honeysuckle bushes. Okay, so let's go with, I think I'll get, how about that, 8 cups. Exactly, and I did not plan this out. I just picked everything that was within reach, that was in bloom. And I've already harvested, actually, in a previous video, honeysuckle blooms and leaves for teas. So think about that. There's so many things growing around I bet you don't even know are edible. Last year, I learned about daylilies. A lot of people call them ditch lilies. You know, the wild lilies, not the cultivated ones. And like not tiger lilies, because tiger lilies are toxic. So research the lilies that you have, but I made a wonderful daylily syrup. And if you eat a fresh, bloomed out daylily flower, it is the crunchiest, sweetest, most delicious flower I've ever eaten. I can't say that about just gnawing on some honeysuckle flowers, but I think once we add, of course, the sugar and the steep this, we're going to get a lot of that nectar out and that sweetness that comes naturally from the honeysuckle petals, or the nectar that's in there. So we're going to be just shy of 8 cups of honeysuckle flowers. Aren't they beautiful? It smells glorious. It just smells glorious here on the property when you walk around and the wind's blowing. You just, that's all you smell is honeysuckle. So I'm going to give these a quick rinse. We're going to get over to the stove. This is a very quick, simple recipe. Maybe not quick, but simple. So all I did was I turned on the eye to high. I've added my 8 cups of water, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. We're going to bring this to a boil. I'm going to turn it off, cover it, let these steep for 1 hour. Now I will tell you guys, I was half tempted. I just pulled in our first little batch of strawberries. I was half tempted to change my mind mid-video and throw in some strawberries in here for strawberry honeysuckle. simple syrup just to jazz it up a bit. But I figure I'll be pure with this original recipe and just give you guys inspiration ideas, right? I could have done that. I probably would have thrown in, 2 cups, because strawberries are quite strong and I wouldn't want it to overpower the honeysuckle. But then I was inspired, I wouldn't have even had to use all my whole strawberries, just throw in the strawberry tops, process these, throw them in the fridge for snacking this week, and I wouldn't have even had to use my edible pieces of the strawberry. And then it got me thinking, I should tell you guys right now, I have just from strawberry tops from the last little harvest we got in, I'm doing a homemade strawberry top vinegar. And that's fermenting right now in the pantry. So get creative. Think about what you have growing on your farm, on your property, in your backyard. Even if you're in suburban neighborhoods and there's local parks nearby, look around, take pictures of it, make sure to identify what it is, then go home and research it. I did that today on my lunch break, just went around the property in the back pasture taking pictures of everything I had growing that I didn't know what it was, trying to identify it. Then I type in, is there a medicinal purpose for this? Is there an herbal recipe for something? Is there teas or anything like that? You might find that it's actually not good for you and it's toxic, or you may find that, for generations in the culinary world, it's been used as an herb or medicinal purpose or something like this that is absolutely lovely to make jellies, jams, teas, things like that out of. So this is coming to a boil. I've been talking too much. I'll see you guys back in just a little bit. It's already a gorgeous yellow color. So I'm just going to now set this lid on. We'll set our timer for 60 minutes. Okay, it is done steeping. Now you will find recipes online that doesn't require it to steep for the full hour. But I say I got time, why not? Let's get all that flavor out. So I'm just straining this now through a cheesecloth just to get any fine, sediments. Like these little particles. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then we're just gonna squeeze out the last little bit. I tell you what, if you're not been doing homesteading for a while, you can't do this life, I would say. Let me rephrase that. One of my favorite investments is cheesecloth. You will use it for everything. And it's completely washable, reusable. Don't waste it. I just use my cheesecloth for so much till it's really not usable anymore, till it's, worn through and bare. So that's hot. So I'm squeezing out all that good juice. But these leaves, or the petals, I'm just gonna give to the chickens. This is our compost bowl. So we have right at 8 cups of the absolute most beautiful honeysuckle juice. Well, maybe 7.5 now that I spilled some of it. Okay, let's take this now over to the stove and we are going to add some sugar to it, and that's it. It's equal parts, remember? So I've got about 8 cups of water, or the honeysuckle juice, tea, whatever you call it. And you could drink it like that, right? Like tea. And just when I was telling you guys, don't feel like you have to make this big batch like I am. I could have just steeped that, add some honey to it, and it's a wonderful tea to then put in your refrigerator or however you like it. Definitely not this much sugar or sweetener, because this is going to make the thinnest of simple syrups. Now, I want to talk to you guys, how am I planning on using this? So, my son, not my son, let me zoom out. My grandson loves tea. So this could act as a replacement for the honey that I use in tea. I know we love our summer cocktails, so adding this to some ginger beer with a little splash of vodka or gin is delicious. Add this to, your regular black tea that you steep in the summer for sweet tea as the sweetener. You can just add it to water to give your water a little hint of delightfulness during the summer. And I could have made this thicker. Now, if I would have went 2 times the sugar to the water ratio, I would have had a much thicker syrup. And then I could have even, if you really want to, you taste it. Delicious. If you really want to, you could 4 times the sugar to water, go in with some pectin, and make a wonderful honeysuckle jelly. It's not floral at all. What is that taste? I'm trying to get that taste. What is it? I can't describe it. It's not like the smell of honeysuckle. It's not that. It almost, I hate to say it, almost like reminds me of cotton candy, which cotton candy is just pure sugar, but almost that fun flavor of like a cotton candy. I don't know. I'm excited though. So we will definitely mainly be using it to sweeten teas and summer cocktails and summer waters. So that's going to be the main purpose. I have, I'm hosting a bridal shower for my future daughter-in-law this summer. And so this will be fun to set out at, the buffet table for garnishing sweet teas and things like that. So all I'm doing anyway is I'm just waiting till the sugar dissolves. That's it. I've got my canner warming up. We're going to jar this up, put some lids on, and we're going to can it, and it's going to be shelf ready and good to go. I'm excited. You guys, I've made so many wonderful syrups out of things just growing on the farm. The daylily syrup, the mulberry syrup. So if you don't, we're not big jam jelly eaters, but we do like lots of syrups for things to sweeten treats and drinks and just lots of fun stuff. So I think we're about there. It's about dissolved. All right, you want to jar it up with me? How fun is this? It's going to be great. If it wasn't so darn hot, I would make a little summertime drink with you guys. But stick around. If you're not following us on Instagram or Facebook, follow us over there because I'll post a picture. So I'm going about 1/4 inch in headspace. I could probably fill that a little bit more. But look how beautiful that is. Oh, now the smell. I definitely get the strongest honeysuckle smell. I can't wait to gift this, to share it. So think too about, I always encourage this, in the summertime, think about your homemade Christmas gifts. I love giving homemade Christmases. And this would just be a wonderful addition to a Homestead Christmas basket, homemade Christmas goodies. You become a certain age and you don't really need anything anymore. And there's just an enjoyable thing to know that somebody's hands and hard work went into preparing a very thoughtful gift for you. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and we're easily going to get 12 out of that batch. been a while since I canned my estimates. I used to be able to nail them. Well, let's go like this. How many did we end up with? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. 13 and 1 to go in the fridge. So almost 14 jelly jars of simple syrup. I did this once before when I made dandelion jelly, and I think I picked 8 cups of dandelions and ended up with so much dandelion jelly, but I will tell you, everyone I gifted it to truly enjoyed it. Go on with our handy dandy 4-jar lids, which we have a affiliate link. If you need to get yourself some lids, you can get a discount. It's down in the description box for you. And all we're going to do is water bath these for 10 minutes. Alrighty, let's go in with our canner. We may have to double stack these. Be able to fit them all? I don't think so. If not, this will store so I can fit them all except 2. So 12 jelly jars fit in my Presto pressure canner that I'm just using as a water bath canner by setting the lid on. And I'm gonna bring you guys back up. Now I can, this jar, both jars, it'll last in the refrigerator for up to 6 months, it says. So I'm just going to put it in there. I'll probably give this one to my daughter-in-law that's close by, and we'll enjoy this one. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm getting the honeysuckle for sure. You know, if you've ever made dandelion jelly, it tastes like honey. I'm not exactly getting that flavor. It's not super floral. It's reminding me of some type of candy. You guys call them lollies, right? Over across the pond. Some type of candy from when I was a child. I don't know what it is, but it is so good. It is so good. All right, I'm gonna leave this one out actually to cool off before I put it in the fridge. It may help this one naturally seal by just leaving it here. And thanks for coming with me. I had so much fun. I've been wanting to do this for 8 years, and I finally took the time to do it, and I just wanted to share it with you. So 10 minutes. Let me set my timer. And as always, I'll leave you guys with a clip of what they look like coming out of the canner. Talk to you guys later.